Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we are going to be talking about Krile and Auron, who are going to be getting their force enhancements and reworks, but Krile is going to be getting her FR weapon. Now Strago is also going to be getting force enhancements, but we're mainly going to be focusing on Krile and Auron because they are the ones that are going to be getting the major changes. Now, are any of these two characters worth chasing for in the upcoming banner for Krile's Intersecting Wheels event? Well, we're going to be talking about all of that in this video, and I'm also going to be including characters that will help her out with her FR conditions. I feel like that is something that you guys should know as well whenever you are thinking about whether or not it is worth pulling for Krile or not. So let me know your plans down in the comment section below for these two units, if you're going to be pulling for any of the two, or if you're going to be pulling for just one. If you already have Auron, then do let me know down in the comment section below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with Auron's rework to his skill 1, which becomes a 6-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 3 times that allows for 150% stolen max brave overflow. His skill 2 becomes a 4-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. His LD gains 1 more use, totaling 5, and turns into a 5-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times. His LD debuff adds a 10% melee brave damage resist down, now totaling 40%, and a 10% HP damage resist down, now totaling 30%. His LD buff adds a self 20% HP damage up. His counterattack becomes a 4-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 3 times that increases brave by 20% after each HP attack except for the last. With his C90, his EX ability turns into a 4-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that deals split HP damage. Then it follows up with a 4-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that deals full HP damage and increases brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last. His C65 got extended to 4 turns and adds a 30% attack up and a 30% brave damage cap up. Now Krile's rework to her skill 2 gains 3 uses. It turns into a 5-hit Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP attack 3 times that increases brave by 20% of the total HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last. The plus version gains more brave potency and it does deal the same attack as the regular version. Her LD gains 1 more use and starts off the quest with her LD buff for 6 turns. It now turns into a 4-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times that deals full HP damage and increases brave by 20% of the total HP damage dealt after each HP attack. Her LD buff adds a 30% party attack up, now totaling 50%, 20% party HP damage up, and a self 10% HP damage up, now totaling 30%. Her trap, when triggered after an enemy afflicted with it acts, turns into a 4-hit Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP trap attack 4 times that increases brave by 20% of the total HP damage dealt after each HP attack. With her C90, her EX ability turns into a 3-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 5 times that increases brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last, and a 20% party brave based on the HP damage dealt after the last HP attack. Her C65 got extended to 7 turns and adds a 10% party gained max brave overflow up and a 10% party brave damage cap up. Her FR ability, with Realm as her partner, is a 6-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage. While her FR ability is active, it provides party brave regen by 10% of the HP damage dealt during every turn. Now her conditions are as follows. So it increases by 5% to the HP damage bonus when the party is using a Thunder ability or whenever they are enchanted with the Thunder element, which Krile does provide. And this also includes off-turn triggers, so any counterattacks, follow-up attacks, you know, etc, like including her trap from her LD ability also works with this and will increase it by 5%. And then a 20% when Krile recovers Brave to the party except herself. So is Krile and or Auron worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? Now we're going to start off with Auron. For those players who already have his entire kit, best believe you are going to like his rework. His rework, his C90, and the fact that he now has force enhancements, yes, you are going to really enjoy it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I used Auron after he got his rework and whatnot in the upcoming Shinryu fights. I have used him so much. I think I'll probably overuse him at this point, but he becomes a much better unit. Now, for the newer players who may have just recently joined, or for those who may not have gotten access to his banner when his LD first got reran, basically Auron is a tank unit. He is able to inflict debuffs like melee resist down, max brave down, you know, kind of like generic debuffs. But the biggest thing is going to be that full break debuff, because that full break debuff has brave damage down, HP damage down, HP damage resist down, and then melee brave damage resist down, meaning that whenever the enemies attack you, their damage is not going to be as high as if that debuff wasn't inflicted onto them. And then whenever we attack them, well, we are going to benefit from it more because we're going to be dealing higher brave damage, higher HP damage. So like in general though, like, it's a very solid debuff to have. Not only that, but Auron is able to cover incoming single target attacks, and guess what, he is able to counterattack afterwards. And within that counterattack, with the 3 HP dumps that he now deals, he is also able to heal himself at the same time. It would have been better if he was able to have the ability to heal the entire party, but you know, regardless of that little tiny, I mean, would you call it setback? I don't know. But to me though, like, it's not really too strong of a setback, because like overall, with what Auron does, with what he provides, and just in general, he becomes an overall solid, very, very solid tank. And it is a character that I would personally recommend, because he is going to benefit you in a lot of the upcoming Shinryu fights, especially if you are a new player and you are needing a tank. If by chance you decided to pass up on Warrior of Light, then Auron is a very solid pickup to snag if you do have the resources to get it. Now, Krile, on the other hand, is actually not a bad character when you really look at it, and like, more than likely, there's probably going to be players that are probably going to look at a HP damage bonus percentages and be like, it's not really all that special. Well, you would actually be wrong, because when you take a look at her skill 1, which a skill 1 is able to increase the force gauge faster than any of her other skills, so long as you have force enhancement passives 3, 13, and 23, then you'll be able to increase it at a pretty good speed. But at the same time, you don't want to use it that often, because while her force ability is active, she actually is able to increase it with only her skill 1 up to 70%, because according to the data over on the Cydia Compendium, she actually adds a 50% HP damage HP bonus damage of whenever you use her skill 1 ability, which is really good because it's able to increase it by a very good amount pretty quickly. So with that being said though, aside from everything else though, with the fact that she is able to party Thunder Enchant, which is a good thing, because it'll help her meet her other condition, and it also allows it so that any off-turn damage would, let's say for example like Auron's counterattacks, or whenever her trap gets triggered, will increase the gauge by 5%. So when you look at Krile is more of a character where, like, if you are wanting that pretty consistent party brave battery, where she is also able to inflict a trap, which is also able to paralyze the enemy as well after it gets triggered, and at the same time you know, be one of the first few, because I know Penelo was one of them, but one of the first few FR chargers, then Krile is overall not a bad character to pick up, but that also depends if you are wanting any other of the FR charges that is going to be coming up, because we do have Braska, we do have Ignis. Braska is going to be getting an FR weapon, but honestly, in my opinion, between Braska and Krile, I would probably go with Krile more because of the fact that she does have the ability to Thunder Enchant, and having characters that is able to enchant with different types of elements is actually not a bad thing to have. But if you are planning to not pick up her FR weapon, and if you are a brand new player, in my recommendation, I would at least try to get her LD weapon so you can build that up and you have yourself a Thunder Enchanter. But overall though, I don't think she's a bad character. I think she's pretty solid with what she is actually going to be getting. Now, when it comes to meeting her FR conditions, the following characters is able to party Thunder Enchant. So you have Krile herself, you have Desh, you have Rajin, you have Ash, and you also have Garnet. And then when it comes to her second condition, well, her second condition is only for herself, and that's pretty much it. So nobody else can actually meet that condition. But with that being said though, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know what your plans are going to be for these two upcoming characters and your overall thoughts on their reworks and whatnot with Krile's FR weapon. But other than that though, guys, that's going to be it. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.